We've been waiting to unveil the PTR Reciprocating Saw Test Track, and the day is finally here. Helping us set the first benchmarks, we have the top saws from DeWalt, Makita, and Milwaukee. From DeWalt, we have the second generation FlexVolt reciprocating saw. The DCS 389 boasts 3,000 strokes per minute with a 1 1/8 inch stroke length. It runs $199 as a bare tool, $299 with one 9 amp hour battery, or $399 with two. Makita's XRJ06 is a 36 volt reciprocating saw that runs on their X2 platform. It has two speeds and maxes out at 3,000 strokes per minute on a 1 1/4 inch stroke length. As a bare tool, it's $220 or $349 with a pair of 5 amp hour batteries. Milwaukee brings its M18 Fuel Super Sawzall to the table. With 3,000 strokes per minute and a 1 1/4 inch stroke length, it's $249 as a bare tool and $449 with a 12 amp hour high output battery. The test track is made up of three components. We'll start with 2-inch cast iron pipe before moving over to a double stud with 4 nails embedded in it, and wrap it all up with a roofing sandwich we made from asphalt shingles, galvanized flashing, tar, peel and stick underlayment, 1/2 inch OSB, and 2x10 yellow pine with 5 framing nails embedded in it. Between the first and second tests, we'll switch blades. For the first section, we're running the LENOX LAZER CT carbide tipped blade for medium metal. When we get to wood cutting and our roofing sandwich, we'll use the LENOX DEMOLITION CT carbide tipped blade. In case you're wondering why we went with the medium metal blade instead of thick, we found this blade was faster in the cast iron pipe we're cutting. Since the wall thickness is within the range of what the medium metal blade was designed for, that's the one we chose. Let me take a quick pause here and say thanks for clicking on our video. We hope you enjoy it. While you're here, consider helping us out by hitting the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up if you like what you see. When you're finished with this video, check out how these three brands did on our Impact Driver Speed Challenge. Back to the business at hand, and I want to talk about battery selection for just a moment. Milwaukee comes kitted with a 12 amp hour high output battery. The FlexVolt comes with a 9 amp hour, but we went ahead and tested with the 12 just to put them on the same playing field. Now Makita comes packed with two 5 amp hour batteries, so that's the battery set we decided to go with for this saw. There's one more thing to note before we let these horses run. Only Milwaukee has selectable orbital action. When we switch blades, we'll also switch to orbital mode and let it take advantage of the more aggressive cutting action. Up first, DeWalt is off on its cast iron cutting adventure with a shiny new LENOX LAZER CT blade, but it's having a bit of trouble getting that cut started. The saw's vibration is making it difficult for the carbide teeth to bite in smoothly. It's into a rhythm now and looking much better as it moves through the sidewalls, but here at the end, there's some more hesitation as it tries to finish off that cutting cast iron. It's a quick blade change with that fantastic blade clamp lever on the outside of the tool and through our double stud in short order. Over to the roofing sandwich where DeWalt is making steady progress, rounding off the final couple of inches, and there's a drop. Makita strides up next, and it's melting through the beginning of that cast iron much more smoothly. Wow, that really does make a big difference. Pushing through that last bit now and onto the blade change. Makita makes it easier by locking the twist lock in the open position and snapping closed when the new blade is in place. It continues to look smooth cutting horizontally, though maybe a hair slower than DeWalt in the studs. Pulling through the roofing sandwich, Makita is plugging along nicely. Is that a smile I see on Tom's face? I bet that has a lot to do with Makita's vibration control. There's the final drop of wood, and it looks like Makita put down a solid time. It's in the hot seat now as Milwaukee steps up. It looks like the Super Sawzall is having a rough go getting into that cast iron, and that might just open a window for Makita or DeWalt to take this race. Moving into the easier part of the cut, it's looking much more confident. Now it just has to get through the bottom, and there it goes. Over to the blade change and switching over to orbital action. If you blinked, you missed that double stud. That was fast. Into the roofing sandwich, and Milwaukee's making much faster progress than either of its competitors. That window Makita and DeWalt had might be closing now. There's the finish. Let's take a look at those final results. DeWalt finished with a total time of 1 minute, 39.90 seconds to start us off. Makita's fast start gave it a lead over DeWalt that it didn't relinquish, wrapping up with an impressive 1 minute, 20.47 seconds. Milwaukee left the cast iron nearly 10 seconds behind Makita. However, it was able to make up that time and more, finishing in 1 minute, 15.45 seconds. That was a lot of fun, and let's take a minute to draw some conclusions. First off, DeWalt's design could really benefit from some advanced vibration control development. It had a lot more chatter than the other two, which is something we've noticed consistently with the brand's reciprocating saws. Putting orbital action on the next version would help out quite a bit as well. For Makita, its huge lead in cast iron was a pleasant surprise. Its lower vibration certainly helped. While not slow in the two wood applications, we'd really like to see what it could do with an orbital action mode. Milwaukee's M18 Fuel Super Sawzall is a beast of a tool, and there's no question it's bulkier than most with that 12 amp hour battery. However, there's no stopping it when it comes to cutting wood, especially once you engage orbital mode. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below, and don't worry, we'll have plenty more test results with reciprocating saws from Flex, Rigid, Cobalt, Hilti, and more. As always, thanks for watching. Help us out by subscribing to our channel below. If you enjoyed what you saw, hit that like button and turn on notifications to stay up to date on our latest videos.